Number 270 in the Imprint range is Assignment K. Now, I was primarily drawn towards this one because it's directed by Val Guest, who has done a number of films that I really enjoy. Even something that's maybe a misfire is always interesting in my eyes. Assignment K is from 1968, and it stars Stephen Boyd as Philip Scott, the head of a toy company who kind of works in Europe dealing with lots of people. You can see him at the start running his business at a toy fair, and very soon it becomes clear that someone is watching him. Some nefarious group of people are paying very close attention to Mr. Scott and what he gets up to. Now, of course, it turns out that, well, they've kind of got good reason to look at him because he is working for the British government as an almost subcontractor, it seems, gathering information and doing all kinds of espionage. And someone has highlighted this and are watching him and are looking for a way to draw his contacts out into the open.
I tell you again, this man is an agent. Furthermore, he runs his own unit, quite independent of British or West German intelligence.
Are you sure of this?
I don't fly to Munich on fantasies.
And it becomes a very cat and mouse kind of movie. It's very much within the late 60s style of these kind of films. They're not overly packed with action. Everyone's just a little bit too polite, you know. It's like when they get caught, they're just like, oh, you got me. Let me just tell you everything that's happening. And there's this kind of frankness and openness to it, an almost gentleman spy, where, you know, the game is up and they're willing to help. Or at least that's the way it seemed to me. This is a movie with a lot of different kind of layers and a lot of great characters in it as well.
The real professional works only with his brain. It's only the amateur who resorts to
Let's
violence.
cut the footwork. What do you want? What do you want?
I love the way it kind of builds up Scott as a no-nonsense spy who kind of knows his business and is very good at what he does, and finds himself in a situation that he has to seem to be helping, who kind of hides things from his boss. As we see it, it doesn't give you the full picture of everything that's going on. It lets us kind of follow this character as he is uncovering information and putting pieces together. You get a wonderful turn by Leo McKern as the kind of bad guy. This man who's just very patient, who is a thinker. Smith is a man who's part of the arts. He's always painting these lavish pictures. He always talks to his captives in a very articulate way, treating them like another gentleman as they just talk over the games. It's almost like there's an under level of mind chess going on between these kind of characters, and I love that aspect.
Is one permitted to ask what that is?
The magic box. Says having a wonderful time. Wish you were here.
It's very much removed from the James Bond style of spy movies of the similar time. Things are done here a little bit differently, and you know what? It's a nice change of pace. It's nice that it focuses on the characters, on the situations, on the tension that can be built up from a simple premise of people just watching, of someone breaking into a house. It doesn't have to be too flashy with the action or with the set pieces, but just taking small moments and building up that tension through the way that it's shot and put together is wonderfully well. I think that Stephen Boyd is pretty terrific as our hero. I found him a very enigmatic character to get to know, and I found his sequences, especially with Leo McKern, were something that were really fun. You could see them kind of almost butting heads, finding suitable partners against each other on the opposite sides of this war, and mentally sparring almost, which I kind of loved. This was a worldwide Blu-ray first, and it's one of those movies that I can see almost being forgotten about, and I'm glad that Imprint have highlighted this one because it was incredibly interesting, really fun, a nice kind of deviation from the typical Bond stuff where spies are more spy-like here and not so gadget orientated or action set pieced They're more thoughtful agents who try to use their smarts and wiling ways rather than their brawn. Although it does come into effect every now and again. Simon Kane was a really fun movie. I enjoyed it a lot. Unfortunately, this is a bare bones disc, which is a shame, because I'm surely there could have been some nice commentary or something on it or something just to highlight the package, but it isn't there. But the film by Val Guest is well worth picking up. I would love to know your thoughts on Assignment K, so let me know in the comment box below whether you love it, hate it, whether I've made you curious about checking it out. Is it something you're going to keep an eye out? Let me know in the comment box. As always, there's more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to Patreon, membership program, and manvfilm.com, all ways in which you can support me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.